Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros at your service. Today I will be reading the November 30th Facebook post and making a few comments on it, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. If it is helpful to you, the video that is, please be so kind as to give it a thumbs up. It helps with the listening process and somebody may be able to find it thanks to that. Thank you for that. Here we go. The power of listening to yourself through others. We are all one. Thus, when you are listening to another, you are listening to a part of yourself that has not been able to directly communicate with you. There are very few acts of self-awareness, love, and self-love greater than that of listening to what it is you're trying to tell yourself. We have not been fully listening to ourselves, and thus our sisters and brothers have volunteered, presented themselves to us so that we may hear what it is our egos have been blocking from our own awareness. It is for this reason that patience and gratitude should be a response to our interaction with them. Today, when others are talking to us and the ego tries to convince us to judge, be bored, frustrated, or angry by what others are saying to us and bringing up, we will instead practice quieting our ego, sending them a silent blessing, and remembering that our goal today is to be fully present and listen with patience and gratitude. Listening is both an act of love and self-love. It's an act of love because when we actually listen, when we don't interrupt, as many of us have been programmed to do, what we're really saying to our brothers and sisters is that they are worthy of being heard. Now, because we are all one, it's also an act of self-love. Because when we're saying that they are worthy of being held, and we are all one, what we are unconsciously saying to ourselves is that we are worthy of being heard. And so the listening is both the act of love and self-love. Because we are indeed all one. Those of us who understand signs from God, signs from the universe, understand that one of the signs that God sends to us is through our brothers and sisters, what they say. And so many times when God speaks to us through them, He does so because there's a part of us that has been blocking, you can call it the ego, has been blocking our awareness to what God has been trying to say to us. And so if we are blocking that, then she source looks for another way to help us on our way. And He does that through sending the message through our brothers and sisters. But even when He sends the message through our brothers and sisters, the ego still tries to block. And it tries to block by saying that whatever it is, when you're hearing somebody speak, saying that whatever it is they're saying is not as important as what you have to say, so you interrupt them halfway through their sentence. And you see this every day. And we have done that also ourselves. Maybe we get too excited, we think we get too excited, or we have something more important to say and we say it while they're speaking. And that's a little distasteful. It's not, when we're doing that, we're not embracing our whole self. Because yes, when we speak, we're sharing, and that's beautiful. But when they speak, they're also sharing. And if we cut them off, then we're not embracing that part of ourselves, which is them. So we are, in essence, interrupting our own self. I don't know how to... So, but you get what I'm saying. When we think in our ego mind that what we have to say is more important than what they're saying, we're blocking them, which is us because we're all one, from hearing what they have to say to us, or equally what we have to say to ourselves, because again we're all one. So we're literally blocking ourselves from hearing from ourselves, for our ego is blocking us from hearing from us, and us being our brothers and sisters. And so today we're going to put all the little ego games aside, and we're going to practice listening, practice the art of listening, practice patience and peace. Many times the ego will try to block that and have you say, well, I'm bored. Well, somebody else is speaking, either I'm bored, you're judging them or what they're saying, become resentful, angry, whatever. Instead of just listening to what they have to say. The beauty of being patient. The beauty of having internal peace instead of internal judgment. That's what they are offering us today. They are offering us the opportunity, as they're speaking, for us to choose peace instead of judgment of whatever it is they're saying. They're helping teach us how to have patience, how to be grateful for a part of us, which is them, that is trying to tell us what we've been blocking from ourselves. And that is God's love for us. When He cannot communicate directly to us because we're blocking, we have free will, so we can block the message. He speaks through other brothers and sisters to us. But again, the ego tries to block. But we're putting that block today aside. And whenever somebody's speaking, no matter what, we will allow them to finish what they're saying. So when our minds are thinking judgmental thoughts of what they're saying, or when our minds, ego minds, are thinking that we have something more important to say than what they're saying, we're going to become consciously aware today that we are blocking the ego mind. We're putting the ego mind aside, and we have one goal today: to practice listening, to practice having a compassionate ear, to practice patience and allowing them to finish what they have to say, to practice peace instead of judgment. And you see, when we practice patience, when we practice peace, when we practice listening to our brothers and sisters who in truth are simply a reflection of us, because again, we're all one. When we're doing that, we're embracing our whole self. We're saying that our whole self is worthy of being heard, worthy of respect, worthy of not being interrupted. We're saying that, yes, our brothers and sisters, as creations of God, what they're saying to us, we need to hear for X or Y reason, whatever that reason is. But we have brought them into our presence today for a reason. And that reason is not to block them. The reason is to hear what they have to say to us, whatever that may be. But today we're not going to judge whatever that is. Our one goal is to listen, to have patience, to have inner peace, to have gratitude for their presence and participation in our lives, and to be grateful to God for not stopping from saying what He needs to say to us that we've been blocking through free will. So let us simply allow our brothers and sisters to say whatever it is they have to say completely. Wait to the end of their sentence. Wait until they're finished. And practice. Don't judge yourself if you interrupt, because that's how the ego has programmed us to be, to interrupt each other, to block what we're trying to say to each other. That's the ego. That's the ego's game. But we know that those are just little games the ego plays. But we're children no longer. We can put those games aside for today. Let's put them aside for today, and one day at a time remember that we're children no longer. That we're God's creations. That we're a blessing to each other. And one of the ways we bless each other is by listening to each other. By fully paying attention. And when we do, we are embracing our whole selves. So let us simply do that today. Practice listening. Practice listening to the gift that your brother and sister are. They are a gift to you, and you are a gift to them. They might not yet realize that how to listen, but become an example of the beautiful art of listening. And when you do, when you practice over and over, day in and day out, you will be complimented by your listening skills. People will say, wow, you're a great listener. Because people are not used to great listeners. People are used to being interrupted. People are used to other people thinking that they have something better to say than what they're saying. But we have no need for that game today. We will respect our brothers and sisters, and by doing so, we are respecting ourselves. By listening, we're saying that they are worthy of being heard. And because we're all one, what we're saying is that we are worthy of being heard. Thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. If you would be so kind as to give this video a thumbs up, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody find this video who can use this information. If you'd like to leave me a question, I would be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you in this community. Again, thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.